All right, today we are talking about prisms and cylinders still, but instead of surface area, today we're going to look at volume of these same figures. So here it says the volume V of a prism is the product of the area of the base and the height of the prism. And the reason this is because we're essentially taking these rectangles and stacking them all on top of each other, almost like a pile of pancakes, we would say, a stack of pancakes. So we stack them up, and that's how many we would take to fill. And stacking them is why we are multiplying by the height here. Even if it's slanted like this, we're still going to do the same thing, area of the base times the height. And even if it's another shape, like again, like a triangular prism, we just are stacking all the triangles up, so area of the base of a triangle times height. Or if we have a cylinder, like a can, we have circles that we're stacking on top of each other. So more like my pancake example. So whatever shape the base is, the area of that times the height works for all volume of all shapes. Well, not exactly all. So it wouldn't work for cones and pyramids, but anything that doesn't get thinner at the top, where it's all the same width all the way up, would work with this area of the base times the height here. All right, so let's look at some examples. So if I have these rectangular prisms, my base is down here, or it could be the red piece at the top, but my base is 3 and 5, 3 by 5. So my volume would be the area of the base, which is 3 times 5 times my height of 6, which is 90. And volume is cubic inches. So yesterday I talked about how we're taking tiny squares and trying to figure out how many we need to wrap around. For volume, we're thinking of tiny cubes. So you almost think like ice cubes. If ice cubes were 1 inch by 1 inch, we would need 90 ice cubes to fill up this figure. So same here, my base is a 2 by 3, and I have to take that by my height of 4. That gives me 24 cubic feet. So if I had ice cubes that are a foot long and a foot wide and a foot deep, then I would need 24 of those ice cubes to fill up this prism. So that's why it's cubes instead of squared. A triangle or a triangular prism, we want the area of the base. So this one is a 3 by 4. But remember, a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And then we're doing the height of the prism, which is 6. So we actually don't use this 5 at all in this problem. So 36 cubic meters would be our final answer. All right. So over here, my triangle has a base of 5 and a height of 12. So 1/2 base times height is area of a triangle, and then we want the height of our prism, which is 3. So in this case, we're not using our 13 at all. So this turns out to be 90 square meters. All right, cylinders. Again, we're going to have pi, which means we'll have exact form and approximate form again here. So area of a circle is pi r squared. So for our volume, we'll have pi r squared times height of the prism, or the cylinder in this case. So this gives us 54 pi for our exact form, cubic meters. And if I hit my toggle button, I get 169.6 cubic meters. All right, so for this one, remember we did this one yesterday and we talked about the radius being 4. So we'd have pi 4 squared times the height of our cylinder, which is 8. So we'd have 128 pi. I hit my toggle button. I get 402.1 cubic inches. Oh, All right, so there are our volume notes, nice short and sweet. So again, just like the rest of this week, you have a Delta Math assignment to practice these today.